Greetings to you, beloved ones. It is with much, much joy that we do come to in this time. So each of you are like a very, very special thread of a beautiful, beautiful fabric. And you think, well, how important am I? I am only one thread. And yet, if you think about it, if you have a sweater with one thread and it is loose and it starts unraveling, the entire sweater falls apart. There is no more substance. There is no more shape to it. So each of you, when you resonate at your soul's deepest vibration, when you become the very best you that you can become, when you explore and adventure out into the world and shape who you are based on your deepest knowing within your soul, you create this most beautiful, beautiful gift in the world. No one else has your gifts. No one else has your particular vibration. So yes, you may be one thread, but you are a very, very important part of the fabric of the entire universe. Not just of this third dimensional reality that we are looking at, that we are feeling, that we are touching, but of the entire universe, which we know is a little bit hard for the human mind to grasp because it goes beyond the dimensions of what can be touched, felt, and known with the mind. And known with the mind. And the mind can know a lot. You know, they are discovering more and more about the qualities of the mind and how the mind can shape the world. How the mind can change reality. This is your greatest gift, is this gift of your mind. That is why you chose to be human as opposed to being a raccoon. You get to create. You get to manifest. You get to rejoice. Instead of just being run by your instincts, which of the animal nature is instinctual, and yes, you have instincts, you have that mammalian reptilian brain, that is there, you all know it, you all know when you have an automatic response to something or someone, and you feel like killing them or running away, right? Fight or flight, that is there, but there is so much more. This gift of your mind. People think their bodies are their greatest gifts. And it is true, without your body, you would not be here. But is there not in your history people like Helen Keller who could not see, who could not hear, who espoused such great, beautiful truths of love? Because it was with her mind that she was able to touch with her heart. Through the body, yes, people touched and calmed her. So, as you're walking this path, and it's a very narrow path. The more conscious you get in your growth and your development, the path gets a little bit narrower in terms of what you can let yourself get away with. Because you're more conscious. There's a little voice that says, uh-oh, I should not have said that. Uh-oh, I should not have done that. There's just this little voice. And you listen to it more and more and more. And what happens is you become more and more loving. You become more and more connected to humanity, to the humanness within each and every person. Because as you learn to love your own self, you are able to love others in a whole new way. You learn to love the grief that you see. You learn to love the pain that you see. You learn to love the fear, the separation. Even that, you learn to love. And when you learn to love that, the world becomes a much merrier place. It truly does. Because there is peace in your heart. The feeling that we have when we look at your hearts today, dear, is of opening a door. And you each know there's something very exciting beyond that door. But there has to be the courage to open it wide, to step through and to walk through. And this new year is sort of about that. We like that people celebrate a cycle around the earth, the sun, you know. This is a good thing. Many eons ago, people did everything according to the planets, to the celestial heavens. That is how they marked time. Now you have these little meters that mark it tick, 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 tick. But, or on the cell phone, yes, you have little timers and it goes ding, ding, and time is up. But long ago, before you had all of this electronic, it was all about the cycles of nature. And there was an understanding that the sun will rise tomorrow and that the North Star will come back around into its place in the heavens and a cycle will have been complete. So we like this idea of honoring cycles, and we like this idea of new beginnings. Today is about new love. New love. So if there's something in your life that you're not loving when you're looking at it, whether it is your body, your finances, your boyfriend, your house, your dog, whatever it is, we want to invite you to consider the possibility of putting on those rose glasses, yes, rose glasses, and loving whatever, whoever it is, just as they are, without having to make them change. When you do this, you begin to develop the quality of the master, the spiritual master. Because you're not having to mold the world to fit your expectations in order for you to feel happy. New love. We would like for you to think about what part of yourself feels the most unlovable. Is it your frightened part? Is it your miserly part? Is it your controlling part? What part is it? When you can begin to identify the part of yourself that you exclude from the wholeness of your being, then you begin to take your power back. Begin to take your power back. And when you take your power back, no one can take it away from you. Because if you are insecure and you are around somebody who is very, very successful and beautiful and powerful, you begin to feel very, 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 very small in comparison. But when you love that part of yourself and you say, hey, we're okay. You allow the magnificence of that other person. And when you allow the magnificence of that other person, you begin to realize that you have that magnificence within your very own being, waiting to be born, waiting to be expressed, waiting to be felt and applied in life. So just begin to notice what your, some people call them flaws. We like to think of them as gifts. What your gift is in terms of what your limitation is. And love it. And when you love it, a magical thing will happen. The wholeness of who you are will begin to come forth more and more and more. And you're going to get bolder. You're going to get braver. You're going to do things you never thought you could do or would do. Because you're not afraid of losing. There's nothing to lose. There's no one to lose. Even our loved ones, when they pass to the other side, they are not gone. They are not gone. They are in a dimension of light. It cannot be seen with these physical eyes. It can only be felt with the heart. All right. We would like to invite questions from the group, one at a time. We'll have you just raise your hand and say your name. And if you wish, you may join us up here.